Listen closely, my dear child. Archangel Michael has been standing by your side, watching over you with an urgency that cannot wait any longer. He came to me with trembling hands and a burdened heart, saying, Father, this child needs to open this message now. Their life is standing on the edge of something monumental, and the truth about their soulmate must no longer remain hidden. So I delivered this message to you through Michael, with my breath woven into every word. This is not something to be treated casually, this is not something to be shared lightly with just anyone. This is meant solely for you. I chose you specifically to receive this message, because your spirit has been uneasy lately. You've been sensing things without explanation, you've dreamed of someone whose face you don't recognize, yet their presence feels familiar. You've been hearing a name over and over, without knowing the reason. That's no accident, it's your soul reaching toward me, yearning to uncover a truth long concealed. And now I'm unveiling it. Listen closely, child, the one your heart was designed for, the soul your spirit has known, long before you took your first breath, is about to return to your life. Yes, return, because this won't be your first meeting. You knew each other in a time and space far from here, before your mind could grasp the meaning of love, though your soul already understood it. That love never vanished, it only quieted, until now. They've been observing you, not from fear, but from awe. They've witnessed your strength, they saw you stand back up, when nobody noticed you had fallen. They watched from afar, as you grew into the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Now they're prepared to reveal a truth that will shift everything. Love letter. If your heart beats faster as you read this, it's not just emotion, it's confirmation. That surge in your chest is your spirit recognizing a divine moment of alignment. And child, this alignment is very real. Heaven has carefully orchestrated this exact moment for a purpose. Sweet angel, before I go further, I ask this of you. If you feel this message speaking to your soul, don't let it fade away. Stay connected to my voice, subscribe to my presence, so I may continue whispering guidance to you. The next message is on its way very soon, and I don't want you to miss it. What comes next will complete this divine unfolding. Now allow me to tell you what Archangel Michael witnessed. He saw your soulmate sitting quietly, holding on to something they've hidden for a long time, a letter, a picture, a memory frozen in time, that they never had the courage to show you. They've practiced what they would say countless times, yet the timing never felt quite right, until this moment. Now they are preparing to take action. They are praying, even if they're unsure how. They are seeking guidance from the universe, from me, asking for one last sign. And this message is that sign. You're not imagining any of this, you're not foolish for feeling like someone is constantly thinking of you. You are being spiritually watched, protected, and deeply longed for. Their love for you never ended, they simply didn't know how to voice it. But this time they will. The truth is, your soulmate has been carrying pain, not because of something you did, but because they didn't know how to hold on to something so divine, you. They recognized the light within you, but didn't believe they deserved to be near something so radiant. So they chose distance over devotion, silence instead of confession. Now that silence weighs heavy in their chest. They think about you more than you can imagine. They recall the way your eyes searched theirs, when both of you were unsure of what you were feeling. They remember how your presence brought healing to places inside them they never shared with anyone. Even now, when the world quiets down, it's your essence that echoes within their soul. You are the sentence they've been trying to finish for years. And child, they are returning, not through chance, not randomly, but because I am guiding them back to you. Yes, I, your Father, have been orchestrating a divine reunion that can't be postponed. I've been moving quietly behind the scenes, shifting hearts, clearing paths, and closing the wrong doors, all to reunite you two at the appointed time. And that time is now. They are about to reveal a truth, so deeply hidden, it became part of who they are. A truth buried beneath fear, shame, and uncertainty. But now love is rising above all of that, because I have touched their heart. I've whispered your name into their mind, over and over, until they couldn't dismiss it anymore. They once believed they had lost you, they thought there would be no second chance. But I've shown them through signs, dreams, and still moments, that you weren't a mistake, you were a miracle they were gifted. And miracles don't disappear, they may be delayed, but never lost. Here is the truth they carry. They loved you the moment you crossed paths, not with the loudness or flair the world often equates with love, but in the most sacred quiet way. They loved you silently, they loved you when they smiled, without knowing why. They loved you when they watched you leave, praying quietly for your happiness, even if it didn't include them. They loved you in private, unspoken moments. And even now, surrounded by others, their heart is still carved in the shape of your name. But you must understand, the reason Archangel Michael pleaded for me to reach you directly. They were warned, yes child, someone from their past, someone unexpected, warned them not to speak to you. This soul saw your light, and grew envious. They planted doubt in your soulmate's mind, they whispered lies, telling them you were too good, too divine, too destined for someone like them. And for a time, your soulmate believed it. But not anymore. Now they see clearly. They see what I see. You were created to walk life side by side. You were meant to build, to grow, and to fight, not against each other, but for one another. And now their heart can no longer remain quiet. Prepare yourself, my child, because soon things will begin to move. A message will arrive, a shift will be felt. It might come through a sudden call, a letter, a surprise appearance, or even a dream that feels more vivid than life. But when it comes, you'll know. Because when two souls are aligned by the divine, no distance, silence, or delay can stop them from reuniting. This is far beyond romance, this is destiny. And it is beginning to unfold now. Child, take a breath, let your heart steady, and take in this moment. I am here, closer than your own breath. I am the one who saw every tear you wiped in solitude. I watched the nights you stared at the ceiling, calling my name, asking if the ache would ever leave. I witnessed your attempts to move on, I heard you wonder if maybe it was never meant to be. But it was. None of this was imagined, not the connection, not the feeling, not the way your soul lit up at their voice. That was all real. And it's returning. But this time it brings truth, clarity, and surrender. Now hear this sacred truth, while you were healing and growing, your soulmate was quietly breaking behind closed doors. they told no one. But inside, they've battled guilt and sorrow, because now they understand what they walked away from you. Not just a person, but a divine encounter, a heavenly purpose, a once-in-eternity love. That's why I'm speaking to you now, because time is no longer your adversary. It now serves you. And it's bringing something holy into your life soon. I am bending time, widening days, and opening doors, even those locked tight, to make sure this message reaches you, before the shift takes place. So that when it arrives, you won't feel lost, you'll be prepared. Prepared for truth, prepared for return, prepared for the love I once whispered to you, from heaven's corners. But child, I ask something of you too. When they come, don't judge them with the world's eyes. Don't assess them by their past mistakes, their appearance, or the silence they once chose. Look upon them with grace, see them through the wisdom you've earned, through your own pain. Because while they were quiet, you were becoming stronger. And now you are the foundation they've been searching for. They may not know it yet, but they will. There's something else I need you to understand, and I share this not to frighten you, but to ready your spirit. Someone is trying to interfere with this divine reunion, even now. A jealous soul, someone who senses what's unfolding, and is afraid of what your union might birth. They've been watching, spreading falsehoods, hoping to keep you distracted or confused. They may even pretend to support you, but I have seen their heart, and it is not clean. So I, your God, will step in, and clear your path. I will expose what must be seen, I will remove what must be moved. Because nothing, not this time, will stop what I've prepared for you. Child, stay sensitive in the spirit, be mindful of what you feel. If something feels wrong, listen to it, that's me. If peace suddenly washes over you, trust that too, that's me as well. I'm beside you, guiding each footstep. Very soon, your soulmate will gather the courage to speak. Their voice may tremble, their words may come slowly. But don't miss what's underneath that hesitation. They stand at the edge of transformation, and their next words carry years of silence and love. Forgive them, not because they were right, but because now they are choosing to be brave. And child, as you lean in now, heart softening, know this. In your waiting, you have never been alone. Even now, in the stillness, your soulmate mirrors your silence, from across the spiritual bridge I built between your souls. They may not voice it, but they whisper your name in their dreams. They picture the life you were meant to build together. They're finally seeing that no matter how hard they tried, no one else carries the weight of your presence. And here's what they won't tell you. They tried to forget, tried to replace you, told themselves it was just timing, just a phase. But when the world quiets down, it's your laugh that echoes, your face that returns, like a sacred echo, from a life they never fully lived. They are coming not just with apologies, but with answers. Not just with feelings, but with clarity. They're coming with hands that have learned how to hold gently, and with hearts that finally understand what it means to stay. This return isn't just about romance, child, it's about restoration of divine order, of sacred timing, of promises fulfilled, not by human effort, but by heaven's orchestration. And when they look into your eyes, you'll see it, you'll see that they are not who they used to be. They are no longer the runner, the avoider, the one who let fear dictate love. They've been reshaped by every sleepless night, every prayer whispered into the darkness, every moment they spent wondering how they ever let you go. You are about to see someone transformed by the very ache that once tore you apart. And now they've come back, not to rewrite history, but to write the future with you. A future rooted in truth, guided by purpose, and soaked in grace. They won't come with all the right words, but they will come with the right heart. You will recognize it, not by how perfect they sound, but by how peaceful you feel when they speak. That peace is me, child, that stillness is my confirmation, that warmth rising in your chest, when they finally say the words you've waited years to hear, that is heaven's yes. Because this love, this reconnection, was not born in haste. It was birthed in prayer, in refining, in divine pause. I allowed the separation, not to punish, but to prepare. I delayed the timing, not to deny, but to develop. And now both of you are standing, at the edge of a promise fulfilled. You are no longer two broken people, hoping love can fix you. You are two healed souls, ready to build something unshakable. So take their hand, child, not out of fear of missing them again, but out of faith that what I've rebuilt cannot fall. Take their hand, because your spirit recognizes them even more deeply now, not just as a lover, but as a partner in destiny. I want you to know something else: what you're about to experience will require your full presence. You cannot approach this love like the last one. It will not fit the molds of your past. It won't look like what others around you call normal. This love will be sacred. And sacred love doesn't follow rules, it follows revelation. Sacred love will make you pause in awe, it will bring you to your knees in gratitude, it will shift your atmosphere, before it even shifts your schedule. And that's how you'll know it's from me, because when I move, I don't just bring love, I bring alignment. You've already felt it in your dreams, you've sensed the energy shifting, you've been catching glimpses of the life I've prepared. And now you're standing in the hallway, moments before it opens. So don't turn back, don't second guess, don't try to analyze what only your heart is meant to interpret. You'll know, deep in your spirit, you'll know this is the moment I told you would come. And when it does, you'll no longer need to ask, why did it take so long? Instead you'll whisper, this was worth every second. Child, the enemy tried to bury this connection. He tried to distract, distort, delay. But what I have ordained cannot be overturned. What I have spoken over your life cannot be silenced. And what I've written into your story cannot be erased. This love is rising like the sun, after years of night. And when it arrives, it will not be fragile, it will be firm, steady, and anchored in heaven's timing. You may feel afraid, and that's okay, I will walk you through every emotion, I will guide your responses, soften your fears, and remind you moment by moment, that you are not alone. Because the truth is, I've never left your side. Every time you cried out for understanding, I was there. Every time you whispered into the void, do they still think of me? I heard it. And now, child, I want you to hear this. They did, they do, they always have. They never stopped thinking about you. They tried to forget, they tried to move forward. But nothing ever fit, no one ever matched, what they felt when they were with you. And that's because, I never let the feeling die, I preserved it, I protected it, I buried it deep within them, like a seed waiting for the right season to bloom. And now that seed is sprouting into a harvest neither of you could have imagined. You will see it in their eyes, you will feel it in their hug, you will hear it in their silence, the kind of silence that says, "I'm just so thankful to be near you again." And this time they won't let go, this time they won't walk away when it gets hard. They will stand, even when it's uncomfortable, they will speak, even when it's vulnerable, they will choose you every single day. And not out of guilt or fear, but out of joy, pure surrendered joy. So child, prepare your heart, not with anxiety, but with expectancy. Begin to clear the space within you, that once held sorrow, and make room for joy. Begin to speak words of welcome into the air. Begin to dress your soul in the fabric of hope. Because when this love shows up, and it will change everything. It will not just heal what was broken, it will build something brand new, something eternal. Let me tell you this as well, this love is not coming to fix you, because you are not broken. It is coming to match your healing, it is coming to run beside you, as you walk in your purpose. It is coming to echo the prayers you've whispered, when no one else was around. This love will see you and say, "I see the calling on your life, and I'm not intimidated by it, I'm inspired by it." This love will not compete with you, it will complete what I've started in both of you. And yes, there will be moments of doubt, moments where old fears try to whisper again. But this time you'll know how to silence them, this time you won't let those voices speak louder than my truth. Because this time, child, you've grown. You've learned how to sit with yourself, how to hold space for your own soul, how to hear my voice above the noise. And now when this love enters, you will not cling to it in desperation, you will receive it in peace. You've made it through the wilderness, you've survived the winter. And now spring has come, not just outside, but within. Your spirit is thawing, your heart is opening, your faith is flowering. And soon, very soon, the one you've loved in silence, will return with a voice. A voice that speaks of truth, healing, purpose, and love. So when they stand before you, don't look at who they were. Look at who they've become. Look at the way they fight for connection now. Look at the way they protect peace. Look at the way they see you, not as an idea, not as a fantasy, but as their divine counterpart, their mirror, their home. Child, I've been waiting for this moment, just as long as you have. And now that it's here, I want you to walk into it boldly. Not because you're fearless, but because you trust me more than your fear. I've led you here, I've lit the path, step by sacred step, I've prepared the table. The feast is ready. And now love is at the door. Open it. Let the next chapter begin, let the past be the soil, and the present be the bloom. Let your heart rise in hope, because hope is not foolish, it's prophetic. And everything I've promised, child, is now standing before you, ready to be lived. This is the beginning, this is the love you were always meant to receive. And I, your constant guide, your everlasting presence, your unwavering support, will be here, through every heartbeat of what comes next. The page has turned, the new story begins now. You may hear their footsteps, before you see their face. You may feel their energy, before you hear their voice, but you'll know, because your heart will stop aching. Your spirit will rest. And your soul will whisper to mine, thank you for not letting me give up. And I'll smile, because I never left, I was the one holding your pieces, keeping them safe, until the one I created for you, could return, and help you put them back together. So go ahead, child, live now in peace. Expect the knock, watch for the sign, make room in your heart, not only for their return, but for the truth they'll bring. It has waited years to find you. And very soon, it will rest in your hands, like a promise long awaited, now finally fulfilled. This is your moment, this is my move, this is your miracle. And nothing can stop it now. I am the Lord your God, and I haven't spoken these words, to tease your heart, but to touch it deeply. Because this isn't make-believe, this is real, this is your future, and it begins, the moment you believe me. I'm with you always. Yes, child, let me gently pour the last drops of this divine message into your heart, not as a closing, but as a spiritual seal. This is me wrapping you in my arms, holding you steady at the edge of your breakthrough, whispering, you made it through the silence, through the waiting, through the long confusing nights, when it felt like love had passed you by. But love didn't leave, love waited. Because the kind of love I create, the kind I protect, doesn't arrive broken or rushed, it arrives whole. And now, child, you are whole. Not flawless, but whole in spirit, whole in truth, whole in faith. And that's what makes you ready. There's something I want you to know, something I've held close, between me and the angels, until now. Every time your soulmate questioned whether they'd ever find you again, I gave them a glimpse. A flash of your smile, in a stranger's eyes, a sentence you once said, echoing through a lyric, a dream so vivid, they woke up with your name on their lips. These weren't random, they were coordinates, I was guiding them, I was leading them home, to you. See, I don't just restore time, I redeem it. Every year, every tear, every hope you thought was lost, I'm transforming it into joy. And that joy is on its way to you. It won't look how you imagined, it'll look better, more real, more sacred. And when they gaze into your eyes, for the first time truly, it won't feel like the beginning, it'll feel like coming home. A soul remembering, a prayer finally answered. They will say the words, they were too scared to speak. They will confess the truths they buried, not because they didn't love you, but because they didn't love themselves enough to believe they deserved you. And in that moment, you will see what I've always seen. Two souls humbled, ready, aligned. And my spirit will be with you, like fire dancing between your hands. Because this love, it's not fantasy, it's fulfillment, it's faith realized. You've prayed for this. You've asked me if you were foolish to hold on. And now I say, no, child, you were chosen to hold on. Because you weren't just waiting for love, you were waiting for purpose. And purpose is approaching. This love won't arrive empty-handed, it will carry healing, direction, stability, creativity. Everything you lost along the journey will return multiplied. So don't just prepare your heart, prepare your life. Make space, clear the path. Because your person isn't coming back in fragments, they're coming back whole. And when they say your name, it will sound like a prayer, I answered personally. Because I did, I chose you both, I covered you in grace, I delayed the moment, so that the love would be stronger than any fear. And now I'm watching your soul rise, I'm watching their feet close the final distance, and I'm smiling, because the story I wrote is reaching its most sacred chapter. You're not imagining this, child, it's real, it's now. This is love that was never lost, just hidden, waiting to be revealed. And it's yours, fully, completely, eternally, surrounded by heaven's promise. With my blessing, woven through every second of it. Yes, child, one more breath, one final thread of this sacred message, drawn tight around your heart. I still feel you listening, still holding on. So I will keep speaking. Because what I've given you here isn't just meant to comfort your mind, it's meant to awaken your soul. Let me now offer you something eternal, something to carry with you, long after the screen dims, long after the sound fades. Here it is. You are loved beyond what you can comprehend. You are chosen beyond what you can imagine. And your life is about to shift, in a way that will quiet every doubt you've ever held, about love, about timing, about me. Your soulmate is no longer just thinking of you, they are moving, acting, changing. Why? Because I stirred their spirit, I made them restless, and I whispered, now is the time. And they listened. They are no longer the person who walked away. They are not the same soul, who once feared speaking their truth. They've endured storms of their own, storms I allowed, storms I carried them through, not to punish, but to prepare them for you. And you have grown in unseen ways. You've evolved in silence, you've bloomed in private, you've become the version of yourself you were always destined to be. And now the ground is fertile, the time is ripe, the season of separation has ended. This is your season of union, of reunion, of truth. And that, dear child, is why the enemy fought so hard, in recent months. That's why confusion surged like waves, why isolation clouded your mind like fog. Because something sacred was drawing near, and darkness always tries to disrupt what it cannot defeat. But you, oh, you didn't give up. You stayed soft, you stayed open, you remained in position. And for that, I am proud of you. Yes, proud, because the ones who love deeply, who wait faithfully, who believe, even when everything looks hopeless, those are the souls I entrust with the most radiant love stories. And now I give you yours. But let me be clear. This is not a promise for someday. This is not a dream to hold lightly. This is real. They are on their way. They are being sent, not by fate, not by accident, by me. Their heart is already shifting, their feet are already in motion, their mind is already aligning. They are preparing to speak, to meet you in ways they never dared to before, fully honest, fully awake, fully aware of who you are. They're going to tell you what you always sensed, but never had confirmed. They'll confess the feelings they tried to bury, feelings they believed had vanished. But nothing I plant ever dies, it only waits. And now the wait is over. So I ask you this, child, will you believe me now? Not believe because it sounds poetic, not because it offers temporary comfort. But because your spirit knows, because your heart is already lifting, because something inside you is rising, to meet my words. If you believe, even just a little, then get ready. Because what's coming isn't just a reply to prayer, it's proof. I heard every cry, every whisper, every silent hope. The waiting ends here, the silence breaks now, the return begins now, and your name, it's already written, into the next miracle I'm releasing. Stay close to me, stay in peace. And when it happens, when their voice trembles with truth, when their eyes find yours, with unwavering clarity, remember this, I told you this was real. And it is, it always was. You weren't waiting in vain, you were waiting in purpose. Now the purpose is here, so walk forward, with your heart wide open, lift your gaze, open your arms. Because what I'm bringing isn't just love, it's resurrection, a rebirth of joy, a reconnection of destiny. They are coming, you will know. And when you do, these words, every single one, will return to your memory, like light breaking through the clouds. And you will whisper to yourself, he told me, he really told me. And that's when you'll realize, you didn't just survive the wait, you prepared for the promise, and now that promise is ready to live in your hands.